Well, thank you for coming back for our second session.
Thank you for having me. Always appreciate it.
So last time you were here, we talked about, we kind of went over your overall stress level, and just a couple things that we're attributing to it. I want to say the main one, if you would agree with me, would be you just being overall too busy.
Definitely, yeah. I think where it all started was I was so involved in my undergrad. Like I was in 5 or 6 different organizations. I worked for housing. I had a social life and class. So then once I graduated, it just all kind of went away, and I had nothing, to do. So I think I just kind of started getting like job after job and just trying to keep myself busy because I was so used to being a busy bee. And, this time around, though, it's like, oh, I get paid along with it. So I just kind of added a whole new, I was doing all this stuff before and never got paid. Now I'm getting paid. Right. And it was like, why stop if I'm getting paid,
Definitely is a benefit of your assistantship, which, I think is an awesome thing for you. Mm-hmm. But along with that, something that I think that kind of is attributing to a lot of the underlying issues in your stressful life is your core belief about money. So last time you said something to me to the quote of money, I know money isn't everything, but, and then you continue to go on. And you also at the same time said that you noticed that all of your system was suffering. So your family was,
right.
You weren't spending as much time with your family, you weren't spending as much time with your significant other, and, you weren't spending as much time with your friends. Mm-hmm. So something that I think, since, you're working, how many jobs are you working again?
Working 2 actual jobs, and then the assistantship, and then class, and the commute, and all kind of adds up.
So with all of that, I'm not quite sure exactly where your savings is right now, but I'm assuming that you working all the jobs, like last time you said, the ultimate goal is to save more money. You think the more you save, the better you will be in the long run, mm-hmm. Correct?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not sure if you've ever seen this before, but there's actually an app out there called Mint. So the goal of it is to set and track your financial goals.
Okay.
So it actually lets you create a multitude of goals. It kind of coaches you along to how you can achieve your goals. It lets you kind of set out a timeline for it. Say if you wanted to purchase a new car, mm-hmm. If you wanted to put a down payment on your home, right. Or if you simply just wanted to save a certain amount per month in a certain time frame. And it allows you to kind of budget realistically. So what it does is it actually links up to your personal bank account. Okay. It can link up to a savings, a checking, whatever. It's extremely secure, very secure servers. And what it does is it actually tracks your spending. Now, I know before you said you used your mobile banking app, right?
Yeah, definitely.
To kind of track, to see where you were spending.
Yeah, I pretty much do everything through the mobile banking app. I deposit my checks on there, and I use the only thing I really use is either physical cash I already have on my debit card. So everything I spend goes through that, so I can kind of see the ups and downs. And sometimes if I spend something, I'll go in and be like, oh, I didn't know, kind of see, if someone says, oh, $100 in my head, I'm like, that's not that much. But when you actually see it get subtracted, it's like, yeah, that kind of is a lot of money.
Now, the cool thing with Mint, and why I like suggesting this to people, especially, students like you're working hard for your money, you want to know exactly where it's going, you want to know, the percentages, is when you, so you can set up different areas of your money spending. So you
right.
can have a certain, area for rent, groceries, gas. Literally, you can name any particular area you want that you use in your daily, monthly, whatever, in your budget. And it on your app, say you go to some little grocery store and
right.
you put it through as a credit, and it comes up as like SQR32 debit $42. Before the transaction actually goes through, I know in my personal life, I could be like, I totally forget what that is.
Yeah.
What is it? Mint will actually categorize that. It will never go through as that. So if you get into the habit of looking at this over that, it'll actually categorize it. And not only will it categorize it like that, it'll categorize it into, let's say you go to Target, you're buying $20 in food, and you spend $15 on a new t-shirt.
Yeah.
It'll actually categorize it from there and put the money put the $20 into your food and put the $15 into your clothing. So it actually specifies even deeper than, even if you were to take a picture of a receipt and go through all the trouble of separating it out and whatever, it actually does that. So I think it's a good way to not only keep your budget in check, but I mean it goes pretty deep into your spending.
Wow.
So I think if you were to get an app like that, like Mint, even if it's not Mint, an app like it, I think it would help you set a goal so that you don't have to work as much. Because I think once you see your savings in regards to what Mint also does, is it allows you to see other people's profiles, your age, your income bracket, how much they're saving, how much they're spending, or how much they're spending on their gym membership, an average of how much they're spending on groceries. So it almost might allow you to regulate your spending as well as your savings.
That's really cool. I really like how, because I think one of the problems, kind of self-reflecting in the last weeks of their last session, is that, to me right now as a 23, 24-year-old grad student who, doesn't have a house or anything yet, $80 is so much in terms of how I'm going to use money. But when I'm graduated, hopefully, and have a full-time job and everything, $80 is going to be, it's not going to seem like as much. So I think just putting that into perspective of where I am in life and how much, I'm saving, but when it comes down to it, what am I saving for? And that could really help me see that maybe I don't need to be as crazy about the saving as I am. Obviously you want to save money. That's not I know we're both not saying that saving money is bad, but if it's overtaking everything else in your life, then what's it good for?
I think it'll help you realize that the amount that you're saving, even from having, your assistantship and maybe a small part-time job, would allow you to have. I think that's your ultimate goal should be to, narrow down, say I want to have this amount, X amount saved by when you graduate, because that's ultimately, you're looking to move out, to buy a house, or to, treat yourself with something before you go into your full-time career. So
the real life.
I also think that the main goal in that is to just increase quality time with your loved ones.
Definitely.
I mean, they're your biggest supporters, and in order for them to correctly support you, they need to, be there and be active in your life. And I think that once you, since money is a big thing, and that's just how it is in life, that, you can never run away from it. It's something that you pay your bills with, but also, it's important to spend time with the people who care about you, because I don't want to say this, they might not always, they might not always be there for you, but they definitely won't be there for you if you can't be there for them. Exactly.
It's a two-way street.
Exactly.
I don't think I'd feel very good if, my significant other or dad or mom or brother could never spend time with me because they're always working. So then I'd get the idea that their work was more important than spending time with their son or their brother or whoever, and that would kind of make me feel pretty bad. But when you're the person that is going to work a lot, you don't really think about it that way.
Exactly. So I think that figuring out your budget is the first thing that we should definitely work on. However, in terms of long-term goals, getting a financial coach is something that a lot of young people have been doing, and it's a very smart move, like I said, because it's going to keep you on track. It's gonna give you those long-term goals. So I'm here obviously with you to help you set long-term goals, but to solidify them and to you can sit down and fill out contracts with financial coaches saying, I will do this, and they can literally guide you in every single step to get you there. And I mean, I'm always here to help you with your system goals, with all of your, your family, your friends. that they are the most important people to you, so you need to keep them happy so they can keep you happy.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Finish out these sessions and maybe after I graduate or sometime in the middle, get a financial coach and just kind of
Absolutely.
See how I'm doing compared to everyone else, or if I'm really in a good spot. Because right now it's like I don't really have anything to gauge it off of.
Mm-hmm.
I might be doing super well compared to everyone else for all I know. I have nothing to base my anxieties off of.
Absolutely. Here are some papers so you can look over these.
Thank
and,
you.
We'll go over how you're doing with the app at the next session.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
That.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think it's over. Yes.